Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all very well. Welcome to the Sacred Sing. Of course, we're not officially starting for another 10, 12 minutes or so, but this is me just popping up to say hello, have a bit of a chat, check the sound levels, and just reading through the comments. Absolutely brilliant. And I love that Kit Kat saying, I'm sitting here, lovely rainbow fish swimming on the walls. And Jane said, Kit Kat, what have you been drinking? What have you been on? I think the catnip. I think catnip first thing on a Sunday morning, and rainbow fish start swimming around. I hope you're all very well, folks. There's some look who's here. There's hello Cynthia, hello Norb. Thanks very much for clicking the like button, everybody. Hello Julia and Judith and Michael, and Michael's in semi-lockdown from Tuesday. Well, we'll be talking about that, folks. And just if any of you are in that situation, lots of love from us. I shouldn't think the rest of the country will be far behind you. Hello, Karen. Hello, Jenny. Just checking my sound. That's working. Hello, Dr. Glyn. Good morning. Nice haircut. No, it's just it's washed, Glyn. It's that time of year again. Hello, Gina. Just made leek and potato soup. Oh, wonderful. My son and I, my 6-year-old and I, just had a bacon sandwich. Oh, just right for Sunday morning, just for a sing. Good morning, Eileen. Lovely to see you. And Terry. Well, I'm just going to quickly just check sound levels. So just watch out. If you're listening on headphones, there may be some couple of loud bits here and there. It's a bit of piano, a bit of B flat for the Haydn. Oh, do you know what? That piece has been in my head all week. It was an absolutely beautiful piece of writing. Absolutely lovely Haydn. We'll be looking at the Gloria in a couple of weeks, and then the Credo, and we'll build to the complete performance. I just want to check my other recordings. So here's that same Kyrie, but pre-recorded. So again, watch out for your sound levels. Here we go, and lovely stuff. Okay, so Norb is saying, I'm still Forêt-minded. Well, it was such a lovely performance yesterday. Those of you in self-isolation choir who were involved with the Forêt performance yesterday, that absolutely glorious recording conducted by Harry with his lovely choir. Really splendid. I can't pretend, folks, that I won't be digging into the Forêt Requiem here on Home Choir. This is one of the things, given that self-isolation choir's done the whole thing, I'm not going to do the whole thing, but we might do a bit of that Agnus Dei, maybe later in the year or early next year. I just feel the need. I so want to conduct that, so I want to record it here in isolation. So we may make one movement of that, a little home choir project. But yes, otherwise, how's everybody? Hello, Ruth. You've had an amazing breakfast. 3 hours stuck on traffic on 27. Oh my goodness. Are you actually on the island now, Ruth? Have you made it, or are you on the way? All right. Whatever you're up to. Hope you have a lovely day. Oh, fabulous. Hello, Chris and Malcolm. Great to see you. Well, Malcolm will be enjoying your oboe playing very shortly. Ruth used eek. Absolutely. Fabulous. Oh, so I missed your comment there, Ruth. Good morning from the Isle of Wight. Fabulous. You made it. Excellent. Oh, well, lovely day for it. And hope you have a fantastic holiday. Hello, Jackie. Finally not singing in a building site. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, fantastic. Chris is asking, is Forêt on record to watch as we missed it yesterday? It's on the Self-Isolation Choir Forêt channel, which I think is for subscribers. I'm not sure how people who haven't subscribed to it can access it. Maybe drop Mark a line. I know they're going to have another concert in a couple of weeks where it'll be the Self-Isolation Choir's recording of the Forêt, which will be broadcast, which again, I can't wait for. Speaking of SIC, this week we'll be premiering the Vivaldi Gloria, the Self-Isolation Choir performance, which is recorded from beginning to end, and I've been working on that this week with James, and wow. Honestly, every time we come up with one of these, the choir moves forward a step or two or three, and this is very much several steps of development. My goodness me. The fugue singing is fantastic. All the movements just come across so well. And I think we are almost at a record for the number of voices in the various movements. It's absolutely brilliant. So I can't wait to share that with you all. I believe the plan is Tuesday evening this week. But look out, those of you in SIC, look out in your emails for a message from Mark. So, how are we doing? Hello, Karen. You're in Ryde on the island. Oh, so it looks like there's a bit of a contingent on the Isle of Wight. So Ruth, looks like you're not going to be short of company. Fabulous. Good morning, Lindsay. Excellent. I'm glad you approve, Norb. Norb's gone, yes, Ben, on your stay. Absolutely. Marion has had Sister Susie's sewing shirts for soldiers. Sorry, Marion. Now, see, now it's playing in my head. Oh, dear. No, the things that have been stuck in my head this week have been bits of Elijah. And that line from If It Wasn't for the Houses in Between, the line about the rabbit, for he's got the pip and him the wolf. It's just been going round my head all week. Dr. Glynn is saying they're probably Welsh-bred leeks. All superb, fantastic and brilliant. Oh, great. Well, look, I'm going to be looking forward to this week. We have a brilliant bit of Bach coming up on Tuesday. Jesu meine Freude. We'll be learning the first movement of that. And this is a way of kind of introducing minor keys for those of you who are following along on the deep dive on Wednesday. We'll be looking at the differences between major and minor keys and how a composer like Bach in particular uses minor keys to add drama and tension to his music. Friday Fun Sing this week, lots of fun, more Cockney music hall songs and another spiritual, and then we'll sing that Bach on Sunday next week. So we really are, we're racking up the pieces here, folks. I was looking at the list of songs that we've performed in the last 6 months, songs and movements from major works, and it's really building up. And several people have sent me messages about Patreon. I'm sorry it's taken me such a long time to get all this sorted out. It turns out there's a lot of stuff to do behind the scenes before you can launch that, but I'm hoping to get that this week. For those of you who have been very kindly saying, but we want to send you some money, well, that's very kind. I'll get the Patreon sorted. But it does take a while, apparently. Hello, Emma. Lovely to see you. Gina's got That's What Friends Are For. That's the Larks on Thursday evenings. Oh, it's such a lovely piece, isn't it? That keep shining, knowing that you can always count on me for sure. That's what friends are for. Such a nice song. Charlotte woke up this morning singing Forêt. Oh, well, you can't ask for more than that, can you? Woke up in the morning singing Forêt on a lovely summer's day. Summer's day? Early autumn day, picking blackberries, zooming with friends. Oh, fabulous. Fantastic. Patreon is complicated, says KitKat. I agree. The whole business is complicated. But we'll get there, folks. We'll get there. I think life is complicated, isn't it? Poor Katie's, well, those of you who don't know, my daughter Katie broke her collarbone this week. Hairline fracture, non-displaced, so she doesn't have to have a cast. But she's been in a sling since Tuesday. And she had a particularly bad day yesterday, bless her. She's very tired. She's just started a new school. She's walking around school in a pandemic. People are bumping into her, jostling her arm. So yesterday she had a really bit of a sad day. And so I spent a lot of time with her yesterday. We watched a movie, father and daughter together, and just looked after her a bit, bless her, and gave me a lot to think about. And we'll be talking about some of the stuff that Katie's been dealing with this week, because from my point of view, it's always interesting when you see somebody you admire, somebody you love, in my case, my daughter, who is phenomenal, going through something difficult and challenging, and you can't do anything to help them, other than just to offer them love and sympathy and support, and occasionally a little bit of, now come on. And it was when she was stuck on the bottom step of the stairs yesterday and couldn't get off the bottom step because the pain was too great. And she was standing there crying, bless her, and couldn't get off the step. And we just had to talk her off. I said, well, I can't pick you up and put you on the floor because that'll hurt more. You can't come back. You can't go back up the stairs. You can't step off the step. So what are we going to do? And it was a lot of a lot of thought and a lot of time spent with my poor injured daughter. And so that's been the theme of this week, really. And every time I've turned on the news, there's been a lot of people struggling with things like, Paul Michael up there about to be in lockdown from Tuesday. It looks like a lot of people are going to be in lockdown moving forward. So a lot of people kind of stuck on that bottom step, and I know how they feel. Like, I can't go back up, and I can't come down, and I don't want to move. And so we're gonna make some lovely music this morning, folks, and we're just gonna think about that. We're gonna think about how many of us are like poor Katie, stuck on the bottom step. Yeah, we don't want to go back, but we can't go forwards, and there's a lot of stress. And can we let it go? Well, I think we can. I think music is the key. Music and friends, and that's what this channel's all about. So I just want to thank all of you for your wonderful, wonderful messages. Thanks, everybody. The comments here are just gorgeous. I will share all of those with Katie afterwards. Yeah, Colette said absolutely right. It's a sense of helplessness, not being able to take all their pain for them. And if I could, I would take Katie's pain and I would just let her run around. But she's just got to deal with it, bless her. I will send her a healing hug, Kit Kat, but it'll have to be an air hug, because if I even touch her, she yelps and screams, bless her. Oh, dear. Well, look, everybody, we are going to get started in a minute. We're going to have a really lovely sing this morning. Some of the best music, I think, we've done on this channel. The Haydn, the Bach, the Verdi. Absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, we will sing some really nice spirituals. I saw a message from Sir Bob, who is here. Hello, Sir Bob, who has said, as a bass, he really appreciates the spiritual. So a bit of When the Saints Go Marching in basso profundo range for you. Okay, so everybody, please make sure you've got your drinks handy. Make sure your phone is on silent, and that you've got half an hour to spare, because this is your time, everyone. I think we'll get started. Okay, good. A very, very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Home Choir's Sacred Sing. Thank you so much for joining me. Whether you're watching live, whether you're here later on, you're all very, very welcome. As I say every week, the Sacred Sing is for those of us who are used to singing on a Sunday morning, and for various reasons, most of them pandemic related, we're not able to do that in our regular way. And so we come together once a week at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and we sing. We sing music from the sacred repertoire. It doesn't have to be the Christian repertoire, often is. Today we're going to be looking at some lovely music by Haydn, the Kyrie from his Little Organ Mass in B flat. We'll follow that with Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring, which is a very well-known piece and very well known to us on the channel, but we have an extra special guest today, Malcolm Lee, who is here singing with us in the audience. He recorded a Baroque oboe part for us, so we'll be singing along with that. Then Pensiero, as recorded and sung by my friends at Opera in the Box, will be the tent pole of today's broadcast, and I think that's really important to have that warm, comforting Verdi right in the middle, because as I've said in the little preamble there, today I want us to think about those things that are holding us back, that are almost paralysing us. And I feel personally, professionally, there are a lot of things in the world that are holding us back, whether that's us individually, whether that's us as a group, whether that's us as a species. And we'll talk about that. We'll have a little think. We'll pause for a minute just after the Verdi and just think about this theme. And then we'll sing two gospel songs. We'll sing When the Saints Go Marching In and finish with Wade in the Water, as a way of really getting rid of all this stress and this tension, and hopefully giving us all a lovely bright Sunday. So wherever you are, whatever time of day it is, I'll just invite you to really just enjoy this half hour. This is your time. And if you wouldn't mind standing up for me, those of you that are happy to, we can have a bit of a warm-up, and you can just plant those feet to shoulders width apart, make your back nice and straight and your neck nice and long, and just start to take some lovely deep cleansing breaths in and out. And just make sure you use this breath to get rid of any tension and any stress. Okay, and those of you who aren't standing, that's absolutely fine, but do the same thing. Give yourself a straight back and a long neck, and take these breaths in and out, and use the exhalation to carry away anything that's bothering you, stressing you, anything that's worrying you. And today I'd like you to add an extra component to that as you breathe out. As you breathe out, I'd also like you to breathe out anything that you're worrying about that you cannot control at the moment. There's a lot going on in the world, but if it's stuff you're worried about that you have no control over, breathe it out for now. And just breathe in the feeling of community, the feeling of family and friendship that this channel and all of these virtual choirs and organisations around the world are putting together. It is a community, it is a family, so breathe that in. And breathe out one last time, all the stress, all the tension. Well done, everybody. Great job. Now, very gently roll your shoulders around, please. Keep these movements nice and smooth, not too vigorous. This is just, again, about relaxing, letting go of any tension. Continue to breathe nice and deeply as you do, please. And then roll your shoulders the other way. Just glancing at the comments, it looks like there's going to be an impromptu home choir meeting on the Isle of Wight. If there is, take a photo, send it to us, please. I'll share it in a broadcast. Okay, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders fall. Glennis is singing We Are Family. Quite right, we are. Okay, tilt your head in one direction, please, folks. Feel the stretch. And to the middle and the other side, please. Great job. And to the middle and forwards, thank you. And to the middle. And just within those three movements, folks, left, right and forwards, let your head gently roll around. Thank you. Great stuff, folks. Thank you very much. So let's do a little bit of warming up, a little bit of humming. Let me just check we're in the right key. There we are. Okay, we'll start on the C, nice and low. Okay, basses down them, and tenors, altos and sopranos. Hum with me. And... still humming. Now, ooh. Ooh. Still ooh. Ooh. And aw. Egg. One more. Lovely. We're just going to pause there for a minute. Everybody, please have a sip of your drink. I'm going to have a sip of mine. Thank you. Remember, as you're singing, particularly at this time of year, as the weather's starting to change, it's getting damper, it's getting colder, if you feel that you've got anything kind of catching in your throat, if you feel a need to cough, remember, try not to cough like that. Just a dry swallow followed by a drink will usually achieve the same effect without actually abrading your vocal tract. Okay, so let's carry on. And if you could please repeat after me. And so it's my turn first. Ya, ya, ya. Everybody? Great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And good. One more. Me, me, me. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, so what we're going to do to begin with, we're going to sing this lovely, lovely bit of Haydn. In fact, you know what? For those of you who are in the sopranos and the tenors, I think what we should do 2 more notes, because actually you need to be singing top Fs in a minute, and I've only taken you up to a top D. So just for those of you who are sopranos and tenors, altos and basses, you can drop down a bit an octave. And so let's sing all the way up and down the arpeggio, okay? So we'll just sing to ya. And ya, 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 ya. One more. Ya, 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 ya. Fabulous. Thank you. So we're going to begin with this Kyrie from the Mass in B flat. If you look in the description to today's video, you'll find free scores for the first 3 pieces. And this Haydn, well, it's a very, very short little Kyrie. Kyrie eleison it opens a Mass, and it's Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy, Lord have mercy. And really, some of these Kyries can go on for a very, very long time indeed. This one is only 24 bars. And so it's a beautiful, compact little way of getting us into our singing today. We come straight in together on in unison B flat. So if you could all find your music for me. Here we go. Oh, I need to wake up my computer. Will it wake up? There we go. Right, so let's enjoy the Kyrie in B flat from Haydn's Little Organ Mass. Here we go. And... Thank you very much indeed, everybody. Lovely stuff, and such a beautiful little piece. Very compact. I think I said on Tuesday when we were learning this, one of the things that Haydn did when he wrote this Mass, very cheekily, is he took the movements of the Gloria and the Credo and took the individual lines of the liturgy, and rather than having the choir sing the lines all together, he gave the first line to the sopranos, the second line to the altos, the third line to the tenors, the fourth line to the basses, and had them singing them all concurrently so as to get through the movements quicker. One suspects that Haydn, perhaps when in his youth when he wrote this, wasn't quite taking his responsibilities liturgically, certainly desperately seriously. Obviously, things changed as he grew in confidence and experience. But that is an absolutely lovely piece, and we will learn the Gloria at a time in the coming weeks. Now, everybody, I'm going to just jump into my slideshow here, having started with that lovely bit of Haydn. So, as I've said, we're going to be singing some Bach in a minute and Verdi and so on. What I want to do is just very quickly look ahead to this coming week, because we do have some more lovely music to learn ahead of next week's Sacred Sing. So we will be looking at some Bach on Tuesday, Jesu meine Freude, which is just the most sublime bit of Baroque polyphony. And then the deep dive will be looking at that in more detail. Fun Friday this week, lots and lots of fun, some more Cockney music and another gospel song. So folks, our second piece of the day, of the session, is Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring. And I'm just getting the words up here on screen for those of you who don't have the music. The music is in the description for today. And yeah, this piece, well, this was the second piece ever recorded on what was the Quarantine Chorus. You can hear it's an early piece, and it didn't have a prominent soprano line. And my friend Malcolm, who's an oboist in one of my orchestras, and his lovely wife Chris, who sings in one of my choirs in Nailsea, Malcolm sent me a Baroque oboe recording of him playing just that melodic line. What's called an obligato part, and I've put it into the recording. We're going to sing it now with an oboe solo. So huge thanks to Malcolm for your lovely playing, and everybody, if you could get your music for Jesu Joy, let's sing this one through, and really just focus on the journey that Bach takes us on. And this is one of the reasons I've chosen this piece, is that it starts effectively in bright sunshine. For me, it's like a walk in the countryside. This lovely melody, this. It's just absolutely beautiful. It ambles up and down hills, and there is beautiful harmony. Then in the middle, there is a moment of darkness, of tension, almost of strife, before that passes and we are back to sunshine again. And I find that's an absolutely beautiful little musical metaphor for life. So let's sing with Malcolm's lovely oboe playing and with the choir of me from March of this year, Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring. Thanks everybody, and...
Jesus, joy of man's desiring, holy wisdom, love most bright. Drawn by thee, our souls aspiring, soar to uncreated light. Word of God, of flesh that fashioned, with the fan of life impassioned, striving still to truth unknown, soaring, dying round thy throne.
Splendid singing, everybody. Thank you, and wonderful playing, Malcolm. Huge thanks for doing that. We all really, really appreciate that. And folks, before we sing this third and middle piece, really, of today's broadcast, I just want to talk about what I was saying just at the start. For those of you who have joined us since the start of the broadcast, my lovely daughter Katie this week fell out of bed in the middle of the night and had an accident. She's hurt herself. She's broken her collarbone, and she'll be fine. She's not in a cast. She's having to wear a sling. But yesterday she had a very, very tough day. She's now 4 or 5 days from the initial injury. It's just sore. She's tired of it. She's fed up with it. She's not at school. She wasn't at school yesterday, and yesterday evening she got stuck. She got stuck on the bottom step of our stairs and couldn't get off the step. She couldn't go back because she had 13 steps behind her, and she couldn't take that last step to get down onto the ground floor and then go and do what she wanted to do. And she was standing there crying, and she couldn't move. And her mother and I, we couldn't do anything to help her. We couldn't do anything except encourage her, make her laugh, which that was the thing I tried, and of course it didn't help because it made her laugh and it hurt more. And I felt immensely frustrated. I felt immensely powerless to see this person who I love more than anything in so much pain, in so much distress, unable to move, forwards or backwards. And I was really struck by the parallels between how she was and how we're all feeling at the moment. And here in the UK, as in pretty much everywhere else around the world, we're looking at a tough few weeks and months as the virus continues to rage, increasingly out of control. And it looks like there'll be lockdowns, or possibly another national lockdown. And my friends, my social media, all filling with people in that feeling very similar to Katie on that step. We can't go back. Yeah, we've been in lockdown. We can't go back, but ahead of us is pain and suffering. So what do we do? Now, in the end, Katie's mother and I, we spoke to her, and we basically managed to say to her, look, it's up to you, but you can't just stay there. You know, whatever you decide to do, take ownership of it, do it, and be confident in it. And so she took a deep breath, stepped off the step, said a rude word, which was absolutely fine, and then got on with her evening. And she and I had a lovely time. Then we watched movies, and I sat with her for hours after that. And I just feel that if we can all take stock of this moment, whenever we get stuck, I think it's important for us to look at our situation, take a deep breath, and just take that step. If we are going back into lockdown, ladies and gentlemen, okay, we're going back into lockdown. I'll be here, okay? Quarantine Choir will come back. It's just in mothballs. There's a box over there with Quarantine Choir stuff in. I'll get out. We'll sing. We'll get through it just like we got through the last one. And we'll be stronger and we'll be better for it, everybody. So look, with that in mind, I would love us to sing together now with the wonderful folks of Opera in a Box, this beautiful bit of Verdi, Va Pensiero, Fly Thought on Wings of Gold. And this, the reason I chose this song way back in, it was late March, early April, was it seemed to me the perfect piece for lockdown, for those people struggling, feeling trapped, and just letting our thoughts fly out into the world, and in the form of internet singing. So grab your scores and sing with me, Va Pensiero by Verdi. Here we go.
Va pensiero solari dorate, va ti posa sui clivi, sui colli, o violezza no tepide molli, le dolci del suolo natal, del Giordano le rive saluta, di Sione le torri atterrate. Oh mia patria, si bella rifletuta, oh membranza si cara e fatale.
Nice and big, everybody.
Tragion suono di crudo lamento, ti spiri, Signorion concento, che in fondo al patire virtù, che in fondo al
Thank you so much, everybody. That piece of music, it has a lot of important history for me. I was transported back to the first time I ever sang it in a choir of about 2,000 people at the Royal Albert Hall. So thank you so much for singing that with me, everybody. Now, look, before we have our minute of thought and contemplation, I just want to add to the story that I told you about Katie on the bottom step. Katie's left-handed, and she has damaged the collarbone on the left side, so she's not able to write at the moment with her left hand. And after she got off the step, she went to do some drawing and some colouring. She came to me, she said, "Look what I've done." And she showed me. She's been using her right hand all week to try and take scrawled notes at school. And she'd done the most amazing picture with her right hand. And she'd been practicing her handwriting. And after only a few days, she's able to form really rather nice letters with her right hand. And she said, "You know what, I might be slightly ambidextrous." And I said to her, would you have known that without falling out of bed? She said, "No." And she went away looking quite pleased with herself. And I thought to myself, again, there is another little metaphor for the situation we find ourselves in. And I can tell you that my friend Mark Strawn and I, with whom I run the Self-Isolation Choir, we're having conversations today and tomorrow about what we do about lockdown. And one of the things we've said is, well, when lockdown started last time, there was nothing. Now there's this, and there's Self-Isolation Choir, and there are the Larks, and there's all this other wonderful, all these wonderful opportunities to take part in. So when you are able to get off the step, and I count myself in that, remember that we're not in the same place we were in March. We are more experienced, we have more around us, more structure, more support. There is a family of people out there for you. And on that, I'd like us to just pause for 1 minute, think about what I've said this morning, and then we'll sing some gospel music. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Some lovely, lovely comments there. Oh, absolutely lovely. Thank you to everyone who's sending good wishes to Katie. I will share that with her, absolutely, and it will really cheer her up. Thank you, folks. Now, speaking of cheering up, I want to sing some really cheery stuff. So let's sing When the Saints Go Marching In, folks. Now, if you are a second bass, I'm going to sing the first couple of verses right down at the bottom octave, because we're in F major to begin with. So I'm going to, "Oh, when the saints go marching in," the basso profundo version. I'll probably switch up an octave as we go, but if you're a bass, if you're an alto, sing down there with me. Everybody else, "Oh, when the saints," start at that octave. If you were with me for the Fun Friday sing, you might remember the harmonies and little extra bits we put in. Feel free to put those in. If you weren't there for that, put whichever harmonies you like in. If we want to sing I'm going to sing, sing, sing. If we want to sing Swing Low Sweet Chariot, probably not My Welsh Friends. Whatever you want to do, you put that in and we'll sing When the Saints Go Marching In. So everybody, this is where, as I've said every week, if I was wearing a tie, I would loosen it. Here we go. Everybody. "Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, I wanna be in that number, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the band begins to play, oh, when the band begins to play, I wanna be in that number, when the band begins to play. Oh, when the drums begin to bang, oh, when the drums begin to bang, I wanna be in that number, when the drums begin to gang up the octave. Oh, when the
trumpet starts
to wail.
Oh, when the trumpet starts to wail.
I wanna be in that number when the trumpet starts to wail. Oh, when the air is pure and clean. Oh, when the air is pure and clean. I wanna be in that number when the air is pure and clean. Oh, on that hallelujah day. Oh, on that hallelujah day. I wanna be in that number. On that hallelujah. Last time, key change. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Go marching in.
I wanna be in that number.
I wanna be
when the saints go marching in. Thank you, everybody. So we went from down there up 2.5 octaves. Not bad. Look, everybody, we've got one more song to sing, and this one, well, this is one of my faves, and this is one of the great things from my point of view about running this choir. Well, we get to do all my favourite music, okay? It's entirely self-indulgent. So do sing with me as we really enjoy this last song for today, Wade in the Water. This is just a really gritty, earthy song. I think it's one of the most pragmatic spirituals I think of all. It just has a really, well-built, nailed down feel. All right, so take this with you, folks. All right, whatever you've got coming up this week, you've got this. Okay, we've all got this. We'll be fine. I'll see you next Sunday. I'll see you on Tuesday if you want to come and learn this bit of Bach. In answer to your question, it was Albert, I think, who asked it. Yes, we will be singing Jesu meine Freude in German, but many apologies for my terrible pronunciation. So join me on Tuesday for Jesu meine Freude. Join me on Wednesday for the deep dive. We'll be talking about minor keys. We'll be looking at how Bach writes. Friday for the fun sing, and then I'll see you next Sunday for our next sacred sing, and that's going to be particularly special. So wade in the water, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See those children dressed in white. God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See those children dressed in red. God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See those children dressed in black. God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the children with the devil on their back. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See those children dressed in blue. God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the children that's a-coming through. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water with me. God's gonna trouble the water. 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 Thank you, everybody. Fabulous stuff. Now, before we finish, I've just seen in the comments today that it's Margaret's birthday. So can we all sing happy birthday to Margaret and to anybody whose birthday it is this week? And hope you have a lovely, lovely day. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Margaret and Kit Kat and Christine and everybody whose birthday it is this week. Happy birthday to you. Fab. Have a great day, Margaret. Have a great week, everybody. If you can join me on Tuesday for Classics and Trad, see you then. If you're in self-isolation choir, I'll see you on Monday for Elijah. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.